everybody, and welcome to Cocktails and Comics and the Geek Aficionado and friends. Well, we got one friend anyway. Hialeah Comic Bro, say hello, sir.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Geek? What's going on? The Wolf! Known in certain circles.
Known in certain circles, yeah. Like 3. So this was not a planned live show, so I'm hoping that we'll get some biters in here in a few minutes. Usually people just kind of start trickling in. But how are you doing, man? What's new with you?
Dude, I'm good, man. Not too much. I'm actually going to a little old school comic book show on Sunday that's come down here by the airport. It's a one-day show, and it's been planned forever. I've gone to it twice before COVID.
Yeah.
And it's just comics, old school, and I can't wait to go.
Nice.
Hopefully I'll get something nice. Who knows?
So I actually dropped a video today, a new series called The Dealer Room. And what that is I'm selling at these shows. And I'm just like, kind of just taking stock of like the stuff that I pick up when I'm there. Because as a dealer, you do get the opportunity to pick up some some good stuff, because I'm going to tell you right now, the experiences that I've had recently at shows has been that I find better stuff as a dealer getting in there early and getting in there and doing the hustling before the main show opens up. So it's like really in your benefit if you're dealing at the show, get in there as soon as the doors open, get yourself a good table, get set up, and then just start hitting the room.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
Last show I did, I'm so upset with myself, right? Like this is where I like finally learned my lesson. I got there, I want to say I was like 30, 40 minutes late after the doors open, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm in the process. I get my stuff all in there, I get set up and everything, and then I hear that there's a guy has a Shazam 28 graded, I want to say like a 9.4 for like. No, it wasn't graded. It was ungraded. It was raw, but it was like a nice copy for like way below market. And I walk up right behind the guy who gets it. And I'm like, oh, right? And it was like way below market. Like it was like $700. And at that grade, it was selling for like $14.
Wow.
And I'm just, and that's what he's hearing. He's like, yeah, he goes over there and he just kind of grabs that one from me. I was like, oh man, that hurts.
It does hurt. How's been your experience selling books? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Bub.
That's a Miami Vice joke for those of you who aren't as old as Bub.
Yes.
Or Hialeah for that matter. It's actually been really good. So I mean, like the video today kind of highlights, some of the stuff that I got. The next 2 episodes I've already got filmed from the last 2 shows that I did, and those are going to highlight a lot larger books that I was able to pick up at these shows. Because what I'm doing essentially is taking, like the books I got from that big collection and other books, like other keys and stuff that I picked up for like, on the cheap or whatever, and I go there and I sell the stuff at the show, or I trade with the other dealers, right? And I'm like, hitting around it and getting like really cool stuff that just, people aren't really paying attention to on the low.
How big was this show?
It's like, I'd say it's probably like 30 tables. It's just shit you not. It's like a banquet area of a bowling alley, right? up in Milwaukee. It's no joke, but it's like there's another one. Like this is the nice one. There's another one. It's at a bowling alley called Burnham Bowl, and like that one's a bit more decrepit, but everybody knows it. So it's like a well-known show. So everybody still goes and does the show because
it's just comics.
Yeah, well, it's comics, toys, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I really find like all sorts of like old like Star Wars toys or whatever, just pretty much everything. Pops.
I saw your video today. The Marilyn Monroe cover was pretty badass.
Right. So that is one of my all-time favorite artists. Right. Like from like way back. Her name is Olivia de Berardini. She's a French artist. Like I want to say French or French Canadian, but she's a French artist, and she draws some of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, Olivia, is named for her. My wife and I both were just like very, very taken with her work. She's just incredible. But she did
Wow.
those. She did that. Yeah, she did a run of Torchy comics, which were reprints of the original Golden Age Torchies, with the new covers, right? So like the inside, it's all like 1940s style artwork, just doing that stuff. Yeah. So not Path to a Grail. It's the $200 Grail challenge, and I checked today, and CGC has almost finished grading my books that I sent in back in March. So yeah, working on that.
You said you sent them in right before the price hike that they had and all
Yeah,
that.
so they gave us the extension on the price hike and everything. Like
Yeah.
anything sent before this date doesn't, and yeah, I sent them in. Like I sent a ton of orders in, and they're just now starting to trickle in.
I'm still waiting on my order as well, so I know how you feel.
Yeah, I got 2 modern age orders in that I did a series of videos. I recorded those. Those are going to be coming out soon. I did shortly before that. I got a box of Bronze Age, a nice fat box of Bronze Age keys, and that one I think is going. That one should be dropping Saturday.
Cool.
So there's going to be a lot of good stuff, like first Iron Fist, first Spider Woman, Mr. Miracle. Yeah, so some really good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I had to do some edits because I was like, like the grading. I was like, I don't think I like the grade on this, and then like I took.
Oh no, it's not a
magnifying glass, and I'm like, okay, I see where it is, So
it's not a geek video, unboxing video without some disappointment, right? Without some heartbreak, it's just not. It wouldn't be your video,
right? It's so true. Like, are you kidding me? It's gonna escalate up into like me throwing slabs into the wall. What kind of crap is this?
An 8.5.
Hey, nothing hurts more than that Tech 880 and a 9.2 with no notes, man. That one just
I know.
I feel like being robbed.
I know. What's up, Big O? What's up, Bob? What's up, Jackson Roy Kirk?
Roy Kirk. Oh. So what have you been up to this week besides looking forward to that show?
Dude, not much, man. I haven't been getting too many comics lately. I gotta go to my shop. I saw Eternals. I liked it. I saw Hit Monkey. Really like that. Did you ever watch have you watched either one of those?
I haven't seen Eternals. Like it's just been super busy at home. We haven't had a chance to go out and check it out yet, but I do want to see it in the theater before it comes out. Hit Monkey looks hysterical, though.
Did you ever see Archer?
Yeah, I love Archer.
Dude, you're going to love Hit Monkey, bro. You're gonna love Hit Monkey, man. I was so happily surprised, dude. I really freaking enjoyed it, dude. It's so good. I didn't know anything about Hit Monkey, bro. It's good. It's good. Nice. Eternals was excellent as well. The story is pretty. The story is very thought-provoking, and it's like, God damn, bro. It's a lot of shit in this one. What's up, Vancouver? What's going on, son?
So I had the pleasure of hanging out with that gentleman last Friday on 3 Minute in a Basement channel.
Oh, he's excellent, man.
Yeah, there was like 4 of us filling in for the third man.
4 of you to fill in.
So it was Otto, and it was Roger's brother. I want to say it's Dave Levesque. Levesque. I got to keep remembering to pronounce not the S of that name. But so Roger's brother was there, and then it was me, Erod, and Vancouver Comic Junkie.
Oh, nice. I didn't catch that. I'll have to go back and watch that.
That was a good time, yeah.
Vancouver's a great guy, bro. I've hung out with him a few times.
What a collection, too. Yeah, he's got quite the collection.
Yes, he does. The Bronze Age, right?
Dave. Yeah, well, yeah, big bronze. I don't, Vancouver. I mean, if you want to jump on, just hit me up on IG. I'll send you the link. But yeah, like I don't know the full extent of what his collection looks like, but I've been catching what I can, and so far looks pretty good.
It's pretty freaking impressive.
So Bub's a little pushy, like Bub normally is. But so we're going to talk about what we're drinking, and I've got a small stack of things to open up, and then we're going to get into talking about bringing back trivia night. This is something I just, like it's been kind of like every now and again kind of comes up in the thought process. I'm like, what the hell? Where's trivia? Like nobody does trivia anymore, and like I miss that. So
I love trivia.
Hey, Raul, man, let's talk about trivia.
I freaking love trivia.
Because one of my favorite things is watching you and Discovery Bay going head to head.
Bro, that was a blast, bro.
Train wreck of trivia between the two of you.
That was a blast.
Whose channel was that on? Was that Matt's?
That was on 84. That was
84, yeah.
84, bro. What a disaster, bro. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
You got it, absolutely.
No problem.
Yeah, that was funny. Like I was like walking around the grocery store, just cracking myself up, like
that was a while.
You two guys go off.
That was a while back. I think I was a little tipsy. I was a little. I know. Discovery was, so it was really cool, man. That was a blast. That was a freaking blast. What are you drinking?
So I'm drinking. So there's a winery. A restaurant and winery in our area called Cooper's Hawk, and it's a white. It's called Trocken. It's like a German grape blend with theirs, but yeah, it's got a little extra bite, because it's German.
Nice.
What about you? What do you got in the glass?
I'm drinking some Sexton single malt Irish whiskey. I recently found this out. I forget. I think I saw a commercial and I go, man, let me try it. And I freaking fell in love with it. I love it. So I'll be in love with it until I get sick of it and move on to something else. But right now, that's what it is.
So is it? You got it in there straight? You got the giant ice ball?
I have Coke.
Cutting it with Coke a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I'm cutting it with Coke a little bit. But
right
yeah,
that'll work.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are gonna crack up, right? Because like this stack of books, with the exception of one book, which is recently, these are from like 4 or 5 months ago. I feel like disco, right? Just like stuff just been sitting around.
You said 5 months?
Yeah. Like, because, like I buy stuff and I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn this into content. And then like something happens and I don't, or I just don't get around to it fast enough. And I'm like, oh, I got to
my packages are open by the time I get back to my house, bro. My package is already open.
Nice.
I could not wait 5 months.
So there was a claim sale. Oh, God, I forget who's. I want to say it was C. Wood, or somebody like that. So C. Wood had a claim, or it was on Comic Core or something like that. And I picked up some books from Wood.
Nice.
I'll open those up in a second. This was from Matt Mills, and you can always use an extra copy of.
Oh, nice.
Of X-Men 130, right?
Very nice.
Yeah.
First Dazzler, John Romita Jr.
Yeah. No. This is.
You didn't do the cover?
I want to say this is pre-Romita.
I think that's Romita cover.
You think so?
I think
it doesn't
so.
Look as blocky as his normal stuff is.
No, it's actually a nice cover by him. That was back in the day.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I see why it's a fine. So it definitely needs a press. And a clean. Yeah. Okay. So this is not a fine. Look at that water stain right there. I don't know if you can see it. I got this extra light.
Make yourself a little bit bigger if you want. Yeah.
So let's get that working back up there. Let's do that. So, so water stain right there. You see that nasty water stain all the way down? That's pretty gross. And then a little chip out hip here at the top. So this one's not going to improve at all. But, yeah. I'll press it anyway. Yeah. Press it anyway and see what we can do with it. I mean, I think I only paid like $20 for it.
Oh, that's great.
Not too bad, but yeah, definitely not a fine. All right, so So this is okay. So I've actually got 2 from Seawood. I think this is from the second one where I got that one, because he did 2 of them at the time. I got to be honest with you. I remember what I got from him on a couple of them, but like I don't know if I got other stuff. There's important ones that I'm like, oh yeah.
So these are both from 5 months ago?
Something like that, yeah. I'll look at my my PayPal and let you know how long back it was. It's okay, right on. Okay, so yeah, so this is how terrible I am. I got these 2 Wonder Woman Hughes covers that I ended up buying from Longbox Love Affair because I hadn't opened this box yet and marked them off.
Hey, yeah. Look at Big O's question.
Thoughts on the Hughes Black Widow run? Will it live up to the Catwoman or even Wonder Woman run that he did?
He asked it before you showed it.
I know, right? It's crazy. Well, I don't know if he did see my video from earlier where I showed off that Virgin variant of Catwoman 10. I want to say it's 10, where she's holding up the mask. It's like it says Black Widow in it. And yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic. I like the run he did on that. The run he's been doing on that. I wouldn't say that there's been as good a covers as he's had in Wonder Woman and Catwoman so far, but some of them, like that one with the mask and the gun with the smoke coming up to her dress line, that's a really great cover. It's very, very grabbing. Right, in terms of it's thematic and it's very grabbing, but the rest of them, not a lot of them have been really that great, But again, in the Catwoman run, some of them were fantastic. Some of them were like, yeah, that's a great
cover.
Right. But so far, the Black Widow run was pretty weak. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree in some cases, but that is true. So anyway, so these were great to get, even though apparently now I have 2 copies. So look for those showing up in a Whatnot auction coming up soon. But this is what I really wanted from him.
Oh, nice! That's the
Manara.
Manara, right?
So Milo Manara doing X-Women.
Yeah, that's a great cover, man.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So happy to have this one. This was the really big book that I was really wanting. So that's fantastic.
I'm surprised you didn't have that already.
I know, it just it doesn't come around that often, and sometimes people want a lot of money, and I'm like, no.
Really, yeah. That book goes for a lot of money?
Yeah, actually, that book goes for a bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice. Agrees with Bob on that one. Yeah, there's some really good ones, but most are meh. Yeah. See that. All right, so this is from an earlier auction. I do know what's in here.
Have you done a lot of the Whatnot auctions?
I've done one.
And how did that go?
It went really well. I sold a box of Drek that I had bought just to get a couple of books. And I sold it and made money. So, made back double what I put into it, plus some other stuff that I sold. But I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm selling out of the collection, so it's a really great avenue for moving those.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. All right, so this is from a previous claim sale, and this is Zatanna number 2.
Nice.
So trying to do that run on the cheap, get nice copies without paying massive prices. Yeah, so that one's a cool one. We got All-Star Comics number 69. This is the first appearance of the Huntress. This ties for first place with DC Superstars. I can't remember.
That one she's on the cover. That one she's on the cover, right? That's the one.
The other one she's full on the cover. This one's
full body, yeah.
So this is the first time she's actually in a team setting or anything like that. So yeah, so this is a cool one. Yeah. High mid-grade, so probably in the 7s. Needs a clean and a press, but still nice. And this was the good one of the lot. I'm hoping we can get a 9.2 to a 9.4 out of this after press, but
Oh, nice.
newsstand edition.
Very nice.
So yeah, so this is that time period where newsstands were a bit more rare.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great book here. First Mr. Sinister. Yeah,
That's
finding these in a newsstand, like the newsstand, that's what everybody goes for. There's a couple of color breaks on the spine. There's some other bends and stuff, but hopefully, yeah, probably gonna end up being like an 8.5 to a 9, but still be more than I should still be able to get back more than I put into it.
That's a great book.
Yeah, I'm digging that. This one's from Chad RCG.
Okay.
This was like a Savage's YouTube auction, and so if Hudat was in here, he'd tell you like this is the book to get. Oh, let's see. Thank you, sir. I was lucky enough to get a CPV newsstand 9.8 on a 221. Jesus. I was offered too much money to not sell it. Now I miss it. Yeah, I hear you on that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That is always the tough thing to do. All right. So.
Oh, great book, bro.
First Tiger Shark.
Yeah. Great book.
Decently high grade on this guy. So probably like 6.5 or better.
The colors pop.
Yeah, it really stands out nice. And the other copy I had is a little bit lower grade, so it's a reader copy. So this is the one I'll.
Oh, dude, that is
get slabbed. Yeah, because this book is going to come up. They bring out Namor in a movie, which everybody says is going to happen. Everybody says.
I mean, the way things are going, it will happen, man. It's just a matter of when, right?
I can't imagine that they don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but dude, there's a couple of appearances in Eternal that I was watching. I went to see with my son, and I was like, I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. I was giddy.
You know, I'm glad to hear that because I hear so many people just crap all over that film.
No, dude, I had a good time the whole movie, man. But I was giddy at a certain part because I was like, I would never have imagined that I would be seeing those characters on film. I looked at my son, I was like, and I knew it was coming because I already had spoiled it for myself, but I was like,
oh yeah,
I can't believe I'm watching this, man.
You know, it's hard not to have spoilers. I mean,
I don't care. I don't care about spoilers.
I do and I don't. I mean, sometimes it can kind of ruin the whole plot of the film, and that's really disturbing. But what bothers me is all these people who are out there and they put the spoilers in their thumbnail on Instagram and on YouTube, and it's like, that's just disrespectful, right? It's disrespectful to the people who produce the film. It's disrespectful to the people who want to be surprised by something. It's like, and I get you want to be all, oh, this is what gets people to click on my video crap.
Yeah, it's clickbait, pretty much.
It's clickbait. It's so
that exact thing happened to me yesterday, and I saw a thumbnail for the Hawkeye show. What's up, Peter?
I'm. Somebody put something in it, like I could not like flip over to see it, and I laughed my ass off when I saw it. I'm like, that can't possibly be right. But I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't
talk about it
yet, and I don't want to spoil. I want to inadvertently spoil something.
I'm not really. I don't get unless it's a plot twist, kind of like the Sixth Sense. Right. I don't get too pissed off,
Yeah.
That would piss me off if somebody would have ruined that for me, or stuff like that. But a character appearing, it just makes me want to see it even more, Oh shit, no way.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, I got two more. So this was an impulse buy, just because it's a book that always I think is in demand, and sometimes is a bit of a on the down low. I got this from one of the Dirty Flipper crew. This is from Nemesis Prime at one of his Whatnot sales.
I gotta tell you, that Submariner 5 is winning the night for me right now.
Yeah, you like
Yeah,
that, huh?
totally, totally beautiful book. What's up, Ben?
Ben Compton, always around. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I always dig this book, and if I can get it in high grade, I'll always pick it up. And Swamp Thing number 7.
Oh,
Swamp Bat.
Swamp Thing on a building ledge, and Batman's coming for him.
Right?
Crazy.
Yeah. So this is to me, this is like where Swamp Thing enters the DC universe. Is this book right here, and it's Bernie Wrightson. And one thing that really upset me is there was somebody selling a copy of this book signed by Bernie Wrightson, and I sat on it and sat on it and sat on it, and it got away from me, and I'm like, oh.
Signed by Bernie Wrightson.
Signed by Bernie Wrightson, right? Yeah, it's right down here. Signed by Bernie Wrightson. I was like, that's when you send to CBCS.
Let me see the circles, dude. They're pretty damn perfect, dude.
They're pretty close. Yeah, it's a little,
close.
a little trimmed on this side, but yeah,
that's a nice copy.
Yeah,
I don't know how the rest of it is, but the centering looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp. I mean, I'm not seeing any color breaks or anything like that. It'll press out nice. It'll be in the 9s. But
to me, that's the Jason in space cover for me. It's like Swamp Thing on a ledge, right? It's
the Jason in space cover, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So this last one, this is one that not a lot of people are going to know. And that's okay, because we're all about education here on the Geek Aficionado channel.
So is it an independent book?
It's an independent. It is an independent. I'm gonna real fast just take the price tag off.
Is it 80s?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God! Look, this is like I'm hot so far. I'm 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Now, so this plays into our trivia, our little trivia thing.
Oh God!
All right, let's see if you can answer this. What is significant about this book?
Oh, that's the Kirby where he was going back against who was it? Kirby was making fun of, was it Marvel or something, Shooter or some shit? It's something like that. I know 84 did a whole video on this like a year ago, and I saw it, and I know there's it's Kirby giving the middle finger, right?
Kinda, but it's also a first appearance.
Destroyer Duck, yeah.
No.
Oh.
One of the most famous first appearances of the 80s for independent comics, and the debut of Stan Sakai as an inker. Yeah, it's Gru. First appearance of Gru the Wanderer.
Yeah, it's Gru the Wanderer.
Aragones.
Oh, I got the trivia. It's Gru the Wanderer's first appearance. That's right.
Yeah, this is
Sergio
Aragones.
Yeah.
This is a nice looking copy too. This is a super nice copy.
That's nice, bro. And
that book's been going up. I'll press it into something better, but yeah, that's a good book.
That book has been going up too.
It has. But that's, to me, like this is what I did, right? I dig these kind of keys, right? Mm-hmm. Like this is like unique, and it's low print, and it's nostalgic. You know, this came out, you know, when I was a kid, and these are big for me. Now they're getting big, you know, for other people.
As well. I had that book, man, way back when. I don't know what happened to it. It was one of those books that I had.
That book. That's the first time I've had that book.
I don't have it now. I had it. And I'm talking about, I had it 20 years ago. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe in a move or some shit. Who knows?
Oh, losing a book in a move? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it was. Who knows? I'm just guessing. I don't know where the hell that book was.
I don't know what I did with it.
That book is gone.
Oh.
And you don't see it often, but you're seeing it more now because people are starting to pick up and starting to move.
People are trying to sell it and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I dig the crap out of this book.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, Gru was huge when I was a kid, right? Like he was one of the early independents. Gru, Cerebus, Concrete, yeah, like all that stuff from
Concrete. Nice.
Eclipse and Dark Horse, yeah.
I remember Boris the Bear.
Boris the Bear, I love Boris the Bear. Boris
Yeah.
the Bear was one of the first comics that I read.
Dude, the
I got into
Punisher
G.I.
cover.
Joe. Yeah, I have that actually. I have that actually in the wall of my office.
I
I've got
had that too.
G.I. Joe with Snake Eyes holding the Uzi, and I've got Boris the Bear, and then I've got the Boris the Bear #1. That's the
Superman.
swipe of Elektra #1, and I've got the
great.
#1.
Yeah. That book is gone too. I don't know where all those books. I had that too. Don't have it anymore.
I know. I've gone through 3 different collecting. I want to call them phases, but because I mean, like you can still be a collector and go through a different phase, but like I stopped being a collector, like got rid of my whole collection. Like so, like my first collection gone, my second collection gone. I'm on my 3rd collection, right? And when I started my 3rd collection is when like I really got rolling into stuff.
And how long have you been in the 3rd phase?
Since 94.
Oh, so it's been a while.
We'll call it 95. Yeah. So since
it's been a while already.
Yeah. So now I've been at it for what is that? 30 something years now.
So those first 2 phases must have been pretty short.
So at 95, 05, 15, yeah. So 25 years. So the first one was it was the 80s, and I was a kid, and it was, I'd say probably like 4 or 5 years. Like I was collecting like stuff like Boris the Bear and G.I. Joe and Judge Dredd and Martial Law and X-Men mostly, and then second phase, like I kind of got back into it, but I actually think I still have the books from phase 2. I don't think I got rid of them. Like
you have a lot of books too, man.
I have a lot of books. Yeah,
you have a lot of books.
But I'm keeping all the old stuff. I'm selling the newer stuff off. Like I don't want to keep that stuff. I've read it and I'm done.
Right.
Like I've read it. Like there's, if there's a key in there, I'll probably keep that. But after that, like the rest of the stuff, the filler stuff is going. It's got to go because I've got big books to buy.
But I've been noticing that too, man. People are just, you find a nice bronze, a nice 80s, and it's like, it doesn't matter if it's key or not. People are just starting to grab all of those up, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny to me. Like I was pondering something, not that long ago, but it just, like the differences in like writing and art styles and everything like that. Like, for example, right? Like take DC right now. DC loves to recolor their characters, right? They want to go for a whole diversity angle, but instead of creating new characters that are compelling and that people really want to, to follow, they would rather take a character that's existing and change them, right? Well, why would you do that? Like the first one that I think that they really did something unique with was Jonathan Kent, right? Like you took a new character and you put him on a different path, right? You took Tim Drake and you changed Tim Drake. You took Iceman and you changed Iceman. It's like a lot of that, like it doesn't play well with the people who have enjoyed those characters. So they try to find like B and C level characters so people won't make as big a fuss. Like they can't take Superman and go, all of a sudden Superman's gay.
Yeah. But
they can take other characters and kind of just, change them and write new stories about them to kind of make them, I guess, a bit more interesting for the crowd of people who, those readers that are interested in those stories. And that's fine when you can make it compelling. 9 times out of 10, they just shoot themselves in the foot. The stories are terrible. They don't know how to write it because they don't have people who have that kind of experience or insight to actually write or do it. And it makes me think about back to 2019, there was a big, huge thing that DC Comics was doing, and they presented it at C2E2 at the Diamond Summit, and I got to be there for it. And they had this panel of creators up there, and they were all talking about all these new creator-driven characters that DC was going to create, like Silencer and
I remember that
came out, and all of them were shit. They were complete crap, and they failed. And nothing really became of them. Right. Why? because you made the same mistake that you made when you were with Image. You made a one-dimensional character based on an art sketch, and you had nobody. You had no story behind it. You had no. There was nothing behind it that made it interesting. So it was just, it kind of, fell down the well. But if you want to make new characters that want to be, plays to diversity, you want to bring that stuff in, like Luke Fox, the Luke Fox in the future state thing, that was well done. It was well written. It was well traveled. But yet it's a future piece, right? You want to keep going on that? Absolutely, keep going on that. It's a compelling character in the way he's portrayed as Batman or in the Batman costume. I don't think he was even calling himself Batman. He didn't even have a cowl on. He just had the armor or whatever, and that could evolve into something else.
Right.
That's good. That's well done. It's well crafted. So it bothers me when they take those and they just kind of it's insulting to the fans who have loved that character for years. It's insulting to the new people that you think you're trying to you're trying to get involved in it, because they don't grab onto it, and they think they see right through it as just some play for you to get some quick sales. So.
And then what they end up doing is messing up like an established character that's been around forever, and they end up messing it up.
Yeah. See, Jackson's right. They're doing this so they can get the headlines, so they can get the people to go and buy the book. And it's like, this isn't something that's going to be splash and flashy, and you're going to get people. You're going to get thousands of new people attend. No, it needs to be built over time. You have to put the time in to create the new culture. Right, and to get those people interested in it, and it takes the advertising budget. It takes going out there and talking to people. They just keep thinking it's going to happen. It's
the old death of Superman shit. It's just trying to get that excitement going.
It's a splash, yeah. So, Ken, happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, we're definitely having some fun. All right, so we're 36 minutes in. We haven't really talked that much about trivia. So trivia. So here's the thing. Like I said, there's not really anybody doing trivia, and I miss these. Like I think one time I got to participate in a Reggie Collects trivia thing, right, that he did, and it was cool. But here's the issue: latency. Latency sucks. If you're on the West Coast and I'm in the Midwest and you're on the East Coast, and we all type in at the same time, the guy on the West Coast wins, because ping. It's all about ping. Right. It's all about your speed of connection and how fast you get to that to that end. So it's kind of terrible. And so who was it? I think it was Jackson mentioned. Yeah. So Jackson says there's a channel that has Comic Book Jeopardy on Sunday nights. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen it.
Who is that?
Is it Marvelous Comics? You know where I saw it?
Let's do a quick check.
It might not be Marvelous. You know where I saw it? Somebody put it up, and Sam from Sam's Tangled Web.
Yeah.
They put it out like a tribute to him, because he was on that show, and
that's cool.
And he, I was gonna use the wrong word. He did dynamite. He was amazing on that show. I saw it. I don't know if I saw it on YouTube or I saw it on Instagram, and somebody had posted it, and they were doing it like a Sam tribute, and he put out the video again, man. And Sam, he was amazing in it, man. And it was an awesome tribute to Sam.
Old Man Comics.
Old Man Comics. Okay, not Marvel.
Comic Book Jeopardy episode 1. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So there's like Ingletine Loves Comics. Yeah, it looks like they're going back and forth. So. Englentine Loves Comics and Old Man Comics apparently have Comic Book Jeopardy.
And he has the whole screen up, and it was like 100, 200. Or...
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm digging this.
Yeah.
I want to check this out. So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
I forgot. I saw that just recently, man. Maybe a few days ago.
Yeah. Jackson worked it out. So I'm going to check that out. But there's like different trivia types that that we can work through. Like I'm into doing this, like doing a semi-regular show, of trivia.
Everybody loves trivia, right?
Everybody loves trivia, right? But we got to figure out. Oh, Sharon's watching my channel. Yay! It's because of you.
She follows the mayonnaise.
She follows the mayonnaise. So Two Boys and Their Pops. Hey guys, we actually do a horror Jeopardy.
That's Jeopardy.
Cool. That is
Yeah.
very cool.
You mentioned the one that I did with Discovery, and that one's hard because it was showing books and what's the key about it, you know?
Yeah, was it Mr. Miracle was doing that one?
Mr. Miracle was on it as well.
Yeah, I know Miracle and 84 have done some stuff.
Yeah.
She's combating that comment. I don't know if it's about the mayo or watching.
It's the mayo. It's the mayo.
Yeah, it's definitely the mayo.
Yeah, it's the mayo.
So I just, here's the thing, right? Like, so having like an open wide, thing where like, you have like, people like kind of, chime in, right, is great. But I think like if you're going to have that, it should be something like, it should be less like in the chat, because like, again, it's so hard to capture the chat, right? Because of ping and everything. It seems really unfair. Like somebody's watching from, like you got Brangie and Vigilante watching from Austria. This shit's not going to come across fast enough,
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. So I think like adding in something like what Comigories does with like having it on like Instagram, like having, like hitting something on that goes through an alternate social media complex, that so the ping isn't as relative, right? It'll just show up as like, here's the first one that came in, right? It timestamps through that. So that might be workable if you're doing an open kind of an open theme, or if you're doing like you've got people on the like on the show itself, right? And everybody's watching, and like they want to compete at home. Boom,
It evens the playing field.
Yeah.
Right.
So like you can have competitors in the on the screen, and then you can, and also it prevents them from like looking at the screen and going, oh, this is what. Yes, we're very much done with your shenanigans, and I beat this guy for the championship.
Yeah, you did. I totally crapped on that.
But I loved you as Dorothy. That's all I have to say.
You like that, huh?
That was awesome.
I make a horrible looking Dorothy. Dude, I you know what? I'm gonna try to brainstorm. I had an idea, bro. Oh my god. Okay, I had an idea and I pitched it to 84, but we never got back to it. Give me 1 second. Let me go. It was a while back. What was it that me and him I was going back with? Oh my god, come on. But there's a lot of shit you wait, let me see.
Hold on, I have to address this. Greg, no one is stalking you. I think I speak for everyone. But yeah, I mean, it's coming up with the right format. That's a challenge. It really is. To and getting the right like questions, like you can't just bombard something. Like I like the whole Jeopardy thing, right? But obviously somebody's doing that, so that's out.
That's out. I know that one got canceled.
Because I mean, if I'm going to do something, it should be different than what anybody else is doing, right? To make it fun and engaging. And now that I found this Jeopardy one on these other two guys' channels, I want to check that out, or three actually, because we got Two Boys and Their Pops.
You have to see the one with Sam. That's the only one I've watched.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Because
the nice thing about that is like you have different categories, right? And there's multiple questions in there, right? So it gives people an opportunity to be able to answer. And I think one of the challenges with some of these shows is the drag, right? Like there's not enough pacing happening, on it. Sometimes it takes too long. Like having that buzzer in there, is helpful, because it's good. There's got to be some pressure.
There has to be pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the benefit of the 30-second rule on Comigories is that pressure.
Yes, we both know that.
we both, yeah, we certainly understand that pressure. Trivia shows are a definite challenge. Writing questions is a wholly underappreciated skill. I don't mean coming up with a question. I mean, how do you phrase the question? Yeah, so how do you phrase a question that you don't completely give away the answer? And I think one of the things that was nice about what Miracle and and 84 was doing was like, like what's significant about this book? You have two options, name one or both, things like that, become, important. But like also adding in something like, for example, just going like, name that book.
That's good.
Right. Something like that, where you give like a visual clue where you can work through, what is, how do you figure that out, right? Like you have to know that book in order to be successful on it. And obviously there's billions of freaking comics out there, especially with covers now that, we've gone into the variant era.
Can you? Oh my God! Can you imagine doing modern books? That'll be a shit show. People trying to pick the modern books. I think that would be so much harder than the classics.
Yeah, it is challenging
because we just don't know them. There's a billion of them. I'm gonna have to go look through this, but I had an idea for a show. My God, and I pitched it to 84, and I can't remember what it was. It was a while back. It was like a year ago, maybe even longer. And I was like, dude, I just knew I couldn't pull it all off with my limited skills. So I was pitching it to 84, and we just never got back to it or whatever. I'm gonna look through our chat, and I'll get back to you. Maybe it'll something you can make work.
Absolutely. And anybody who's watching, anybody who's in the chat, anybody who watches on the rewind, definitely like throw in some options, some things that you guys think, like some things that you saw was, were bad. Like John brought in this very, good point. Like, so the questions were long-winded, confusing, badly written, totally understandable, right? Like that's going to derail a show really fast. It's got to be something that, you've got to be able to answer a question and ask for an answer, right? That people got to be able to buzz in or something like that. Which becomes the other times. How do you buzz in, right?
How do you buzz in? It's just gonna have to be with live players, right?
Yeah, well, like I said, so you can work live players and you can work a side, like an Instagram, like like who's who got it on Instagram on like questions 2 and 4 or something like that, and have like a head-to-head going off, like similar to how Comic Boys does.
Do you want to? Would multiple choice be a thing?
Well, like I said, like if there's a book that has multiple key components to it or something like that, you can say, name 2 of the 3 key components of the book.
Check out 2 boys and their pops.
I'm just fond of this comment from John. Anytime somebody bashes Greg, it's always a good day for me. Just kidding. I'm hard on Bearded Comic Bro because he kind of came out the gate swinging on me, and I was like, "Whoa, what'd I do?" So there's always a little bit coming back. Chat versus panel. We had one time and took the first 3 answers from the chat. They have an app that allows a buzzer. That's cool. I dig that.
That allows
check that out. Yeah. Yeah. The answer is always C. See, now that's somebody who's watched Summer School right there. Don't relate it to Comigories too much. Matt and Kavi will want a piece of the pie, especially Kavi. Kavi will come at you.
Yeah. Kavi hasn't been around. I haven't seen him in a minute, right? I guess he's been busy. It happens. I've been busy myself, so I'm not.
He has been slammed. Yeah, he is not. He's not been able to poke his head out very much. You know how it is. Like everybody, like it's end of the year. COVID's calmed down a little bit. Now we got a new variant, so everybody's trying to get everything out. That they couldn't get out. And he works in the music industry, right? And it's been release after release after release after release.
Oh, he's got to be slammed, right?
We see how it is with all of the the conventions right now, right? Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's every week. I mean, San Diego Comic-Con was like over Black Friday and Thanksgiving holiday. Who's stupid enough to do that?
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
That was San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it. What's up, Roscoe? So you can do multiple types of questions, right? Like I like the visual cues, piece. I like how do we relate it to creators so that they get some kind of piece of that, questions about something, what was the name of the creator,
The inker, little lesser known things. The inker, the colorist, the
Oh
the
no,
letterer.
you can't dive. No, you can't dive that far down, right? Like, who's the inker on Batman 275? Nobody fucking knows.
Who's the letterer? Who did the lettering on this book?
Who's the letterer? That's actually no. That's what it was. My bad. Stan Sakai wasn't the inker on Gru. He was the letterer.
There you go. There you.
Because it shows up like in we were doing oh god, what's it called, the indie show with JP, and we had the first the first Usagi Yojimbo trade, right, and it was collecting like the albedos and a bunch of other stuff, and it had a foreword that was written by and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Sergio, it was somebody else, but he was like we said don't go. But he went, and he was the best letterer in the business. But it was Stan Sakai. They were talking about for Gru.
Take care, Sharon. Love you.
Oh, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Where is Sharon?
I don't know.
She was on the West Coast.
I guess she has a new job.
Oh, she got a new job at 3. Oh, that sucks. Oh, if she's in the LA area, then yeah.
That's what she's saying. 18 hours.
Well, she's got to get up at 3 in order just to beat the traffic in LA.
Oh, is that what it is?
Have you been to LA? John will tell you. John doesn't have to leave the house anymore. I think he lives next door to his school.
No, I've heard. Thank God, I've heard.
Oh yeah, no, I made the poor decision of going somewhere in LA traffic, trying to travel from LA out to Inland Empire. Yeah, it took me an hour and a half to get that where I needed to go.
And people complain.
Denver, okay. Denver, yeah, that's terrible. I'll be driving through Denver the day after Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
You going to Mile High?
No, because I'll be getting there like 9 o'clock in the evening. And I'll be with my kids. No, we're driving to Las Vegas.
Nice. After Christmas?
Day after Christmas, yeah.
Very nice. We're going to where the hell are we going? South Carolina or Charleston? We're going to Charleston. Where's Charleston?
Nice.
Why
are you going to Charleston?
I'm sorry?
Why Charleston?
My wife wants to check it off as a place we've gone to, and why not go for 5 days after Christmas? So we're going. We're going.
Crazy.
You know how she makes it easier for me? She's already looked up the comic book shops for me. So just to keep me entertained.
Right, yeah. She's like, I need to get you to drive. So
yeah.
let me find something to get you interested. So apparently you lost Bub because Bub hasn't like talked in like forever, and that's unlike Bub.
Oh yeah, Bub, would have been going crazy.
Yeah. Thunder House says that's a nice city. That's cool.
Cool.
All right, so we've got pictures, we've got primary creators.
Different rounds, right?
So, okay, so if we're gonna do it, so how many rounds, right? Like you got to figure out how many guests and how many rounds you're gonna do, right? And then there's got to be some kind of a prize, right? Besides just like I owned it. I'm not gonna be like 3 times to get a slab. That never happens for anyone, John. Because present company included.
We know that's true, right? That's the carrot. That's the carrot that they.
Yeah, that's the carrot, and you get to stick across the head.
You're gonna get this.
No. Negative Ghost Rider.
But it never comes.
Oh, crazy! So LA Comic Con's this weekend as well as Emerald City. Crazy.
Yeah, dude, I think it's totally what you just said. Everybody's trying to knock them out, right?
Oh yeah, and Skeleton Key went from Florida all the way out to Emerald City. I'm like, who does that?
Damn.
Of course, I went to Orlando for MegaCon. I had a reason. I had a reason to go out there.
Yeah, what a blast! But all right, so we got pick the comic, guess the comic, right?
Yeah. Right. You want to? Well, I mean, obviously the trivia questions are based on like a question, right? So like, you could throw up a cover and go, who was the cover artist, right? Or you could throw up a panel and go, who was the artist on this, right? Or name the writer for this book, and obviously cover up the writer area, or who did 17 issues of Uncanny X-Men, when Chris Claremont had COVID. I don't know, some shit like that.
No, that's a good one. There's this guy on Instagram, Marvel Feature.
Yeah.
And every day he puts up panels of some of his favorite comics. They're usually
that's cool.
That might be a category. You throw up a panel. That's super hard though.
Yeah. I mean, that's really kind of getting into the advanced round. So maybe we got it gets harder as you climb the ladder. Like, what is that? That Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something like that? The questions get harder as you go along.
Dude, that might be it.
You call a lifeline, right? So
Dude, that might be it.
That might be it. But I don't got $1 million, and neither do you.
That might be it. And you start off with who's Peter Parker's alter ego? That'll be for enough. That was
just kind of working up the ladder. Yeah.
Who did what book? Who did this panel in this book? Can you guess the book? That might be for $2 million.
2 million pesos. It's roughly $10 American.
Dude, that might not be bad.
Yeah. Who Wants to Be a Slabionaire? Nice.
That might not be bad.
Yeah. Work that out. But seriously, if you're watching this video, please give us some ideas. Let's work this out. Let's put something on the boards. I mean, Comigories is fantastic, and everybody loves Comigories. Absolutely, best thing on YouTube. Yeah, well, yeah. Present company excluded, apparently, but I love Comigories. I think it's a great show. But there's room out there for more of those that game show style.
Yeah, man, the interaction, right?
Absolutely, right. Getting that community interaction, and I hands off to John and JP and Matt, because I have found more new channels just by watching that show, and reached out and met new people, and being able to have experiences with them because of that show. I think it's fantastic.
You know who we're leaving out? Rod the
Rican. Oh, well, I mean, come on. Rod the Rican with the his drawing show that I completely sucked at. I mean, I think he really needs to extend the timer on that and not bring in ringers. That's all I would say.
That is an awesome show. I have won that show before.
Have you?
I think I've won it twice. I've been on it. I love it. And Bearded's great part of that now. That's a great show, man. That's a great show. That's a great show.
Here we go. Each question you build a pile of comics. Round one's a quarter book and leads up to a big slab. That's possible, yeah. Oh, that gets expensive though, right? So you gotta get
you're doing that for every contestant. Hey, but not every contestant's gonna get to that slab though.
True. That's absolutely true.
It's not like you're giving out a slab every game.
No. But it still ends up being a pile of comics. So
if you're gonna do it, you know what?
Yeah.
You don't even do a pile of comics.
You gotta get a good sponsor though.
You put up a slab, that's the freaking $1 million that's the $1 million, and somebody's gotta win it.
Hold on. I gotta show some of the stuff from Bearded. I don't have any mods on the channel that I didn't even see these.
Those who can't draw judge.
I confused Geek Confession with someone else on Comigories already, and I forgot who it was, but that's why I came out the gate swinging, but then I just kept busting your balls because it was fun. That's what your wife said. Who beat you at Dick Tracy? And that comment was held because it had a small D instead of a big D.
That's right. I went up against him on Dick Tracy. That's right. Yeah, you retired after that. You became the judge after that. Dick Tracy. That's right. That's right.
You know what? So Reggie,
it's something.
Yeah, it's true. So Reggie and Thanatos had this little contest that they would do. If you look back at Reggie's earlier videos, and they would go and they'd prep for it, and they would go and get 6 comics, right? They'd have to go out and get 6 comics, and like it was like kind of like it was kind of like the hunt, right? But it was like round after round. It was like who had the better comic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like they had to like spend like $20. Like so it was like uber budget, like who had the better comic on the $20 budget. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Plenty of room for some ideas, but
You know why that's cool? Because going on the hunt is expensive.
oh shit! And I never win. I won once. I take that back.
It's expensive, bro. And you know what? Yeah, dude. That game, I remember. That game is a lot of pressure, man. You got to go hunt. You got to go hunt during that show. You got 2 weeks, but it's a lot of stress.
It's like, what did you pick up in that 2 weeks? And yeah, there is a lot of stress in that.
It is.
Sometimes you pick up great stuff, and
sometimes you don't.
And sometimes you pick up great stuff and you lose. So it's like, it's tough.
Yeah. But I like that budget thing that you just said that they did. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So there's definitely some workable ideas, and we're gonna brainstorm. We're gonna try and figure something out. But I want to thank you for coming on and hanging out with me and having a drink, which I'm semi-empty.
I've already refilled it once, so
I know. Well, I home poured the hell out of it because I wanted to finish off the bottle. So
thanks for thinking of me, man. I appreciate it.
Started off good. Oh, TJ the Slab Dragon shows up right at the end.
What's up, TJ?
There we go. That's what it was. Yeah, that was the name of the show. Anyway, so thank you everybody for hanging out. Please, if you're watching this on the rewind or if you watch this live, throw some comments on the video and give us some ideas, some things that you guys thought of or things you come back to and ideas you want to throw in there. Love to hear it. So, but thank you very much. Thank you, Raul, for hanging out.
Anytime, Wolf.
We'll catch you guys later.